Hello everybody, hey, hi, how you doing? Jay McCain here, coming to you with my extra week coffee. That makes this an episode of Coffee from Teacapistan. Today, we have a request from a YouTube comment for the fainting predator, so let's get to the good stuff, shall we? A little preview of what we have in store.
And there's one more potential predator we'd like you to meet. That's 37-year-old Kazuo Akutsu.
Good morning to the blossom.
Knocking on our door.
Hey, I'm glad you made it.
Yeah, I know.
He's been chatting online for more than a week with a decoy posing as a 14-year-old. Using the screen name Kaz4541, he asks the girl about having sex on the beach, then says he's not into that. He wants a nice, comfortable bed. He also has a birthday wish: sex with the decoy.
How about sex on the beach? Just kidding, I'm not really into that. I'll take a nice, comfy bed.
Do you want some brownies?
Not for now.
He smelled like he was smoking in the car beforehand, and
Oh, I forgot the decoy, bags on him. Smoking on the car beforehand.
hadn't showered in a couple of days.
Hadn't showered in a couple of days. Trying to say this guy stinks. He's not wrong, but I bet it would be a better idea. Yeah, true.
You didn't bring me any chocolate.
No. You know why?
Why?
Because, I didn't want her to find it.
What do you mean?
Yeah, the wrapping and everything.
I would have thrown it away.
No.
So explain again why no chocolates?
I just didn't bring it.
You didn't bring it.
No.
So what's your
I don't do artificial sugars. You're all the sugar I need.
plan here tonight?
Well, I was going to just see her.
He admits her is a 14-year-old girl named Sandy, who he met online. He says he's 37 and works for a major department store in New York City.
So you just decided today after work that you're going to jump in the car to meet a 14-year-old girl named Sandy.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
You thought it was appropriate at the age of 37 to come meet a 14-year-old. Why? Explain it to me.
I didn't think it was appropriate.
Your chat was pretty darn explicit with her.
Yeah.
And you acknowledge in the chat that the age thing could be
Oh, he's starting to get woozy. He's starting to get a little woozy.
a problem. Sandy, I am more than twice your age.
I know what I did.
Is it just me, or is it starting to get hot in here?
What am I going to do now?
Then Kaz4541 says he's feeling ill.
You talk about her having a hard time enjoying
Good morning, wonton soup.
sex because she's a virgin, and that it might hurt.
Yeah, please go to bed.
You can go if you'd like to, but I think I need to tell you something first. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who try to meet kids online for sex. Now, if there's anything else you want to say,
Oh, he's losing
we'd
it.
like to hear it. If not, you can obviously walk out the door you came in.
I like the Dutch angle here to show just what kind of distress he's in. Why was this guy kneeling? Because he's not feeling so good. He's not feeling so good. Boom!
We call for an EMT.
The world's fakest headbutt. World's fakest fainting headbutt. He stayed on his feet the whole time. How miraculous is that?
Who comes in and examines him. It turns out to be nothing serious.
Yeah, he's clammy. He's definitely. Come on, let's get up to your feet. Let's your head. All right.
He's escorted out of the house and is later arrested. Lieutenant Neville says he recovered pretty quickly.
Brought him back to the police department, had a medic at the police department that monitored his blood pressure and heart rate and pulse. And pretty much was cleared to go back to the
Cool wraparound shades on this guy.
jail.
Later, he goes before a judge and his bail is set.
Your bail is set at $50,000 with no 10% eligibility.
As the
Oh, no 10% eligibility, so he's got to pay the full $50K. That's going to be a tough putt.
operation wraps up, there are a total of 28 men who've been arrested and charged with a felony. So far, 2 have been indicted. Most of the men have not had a chance to make a plea. All the others have pleaded not
How
guilty.
you apply for that program.
I got engaged this weekend to a normal woman, not a teenager or a decoy. Is that for real? Is that for real? That's exciting stuff. I got one more in the books for today. This is a classic. Hello.
Hey, take a seat. I'll be right there.
I couldn't find the place. Ah, this is not letting me pause yet. Congrats, Wonton.
Oh, I know. It's so hard to find.
Donald Morrison was one of those characters who, had it not been for the graphic nature of his online conversation with someone he thought was a young teenage girl, it would be comical. What's going on?
I don't know. I just was talking to her, and she said, "Come down and visit her." I have a compulsion for younger women, just meeting them. I've met about a dozen of them online.
Did you ever get in trouble for it?
Well, I got in trouble because I met a girl in Michigan,
And how old was that girl?
17.
And what trouble did you get in there?
Well, her grandfather wanted me to try to toy me.
Not only can he not finish a thought, he's doing it with his mouth full of cookies. Just hammering on those cookies.
It was something they couldn't do anything, so they arrested me for trying for possessing child pornography because I had nude pictures of her on my computer. They ended up dropping the charges.
I see. And how did you get the naked pictures of the teenage girl?
I met her in Michigan, and I took them.
God, this guy's such a creep. Such a creep.
You took the pictures of the girl. Mm-hmm. Morrison just laid it all out there. Not only does he admit what he's doing that night, he tells me he's got a history of doing this sort of thing. How old was the youngest girl you ever met?
17.
17.
Most of them are like 21, 22.
And tonight, though, you were willing to come meet a 15-year-old.
Yeah, I don't know why.
You don't know why?
Well, I know why.
Well, you treat this like, you forgot to pay for some candy at the grocery store.
I came to meet her because she told me that she was bored. And I said, well, do you want me to come down and meet you? And she said, sure, come on down. So I said, okay. That was it. I know it's wrong. I shouldn't have done it. I knew I shouldn't have done it.
Why'd you do it then?
I don't know. Just because when people sweet talk me, I fall.
In Donald...
Oh, it's other people's fault for sweet talking him. I see.
Morrison's mind. He truly thinks that if, a young teenage girl says it's okay to have sex, it's okay. You say, if you are ready for sex, I'll give it to you, but I have erectile dysfunction. Won't get real hard. Sure sounds like you were preparing for a sex act.
I was preparing for, because she said that, I said, if you saw what I said, if you want it, I will give it to you, but I'm not going to force anything that you don't want. I'm not going to force myself on you.
That doesn't make it legal, though.
I know it doesn't make it legal.
I want you to be honest with me. If I wasn't here tonight, and a young girl was, who was alone and willing to have sex, what do you think would have happened?
I could say honestly, yes, it probably would have if she would have, said, hey, let's go for it.
And you don't see anything wrong with that?
Yes, I do see things wrong with it, but I had lack of judgment.
And here's this guy who's, middle-aged.
This guy is so wildly blasé. Yeah. Yeah, he just lays it all out on the table, doesn't he?
Who's not especially well-dressed, doesn't appear to have a lot of money in his pocket, is living with his parents. You going to tell your folks about this?
I'm going to tell my folks about it.
You are?
Yes, sir.
How do you
Gonna completely throw my computer away.
think they're going to react?
Oh, I know my mom's going to take my computer and completely throw it away.
You're 48 years old, Donald.
You're 48 years old, Donald. Of course it's wrong, but I do things that are wrong. Yeah, that's basically what he's saying.
Why should you rely on your mommy to do discipline here?
Because of, like I said, lack of judgment, being lonely, having no girlfriend, physical contact with anybody, just just lost it.
Ultimately, Donald Morrison says, okay, I get what's going on here. I'm probably on To Catch a Predator right now. He recognizes me finally. When you said you thought the Dateline stories were pretty bad, did you think the stories were bad because of what Dateline did, or did you think what the guys caught on Dateline did were bad?
Some of the things that Dateline did.
So wait, let me just get this straight. So when you say you thought that the Dateline stories were pretty bad, are you talking about the stories or the guys who were caught in the stories?
The guys who got caught in the stories, and I know this is probably going to be on Dateline too, so go ahead and put it on.
Well, you know who I am.
Yeah, I know who you are.
You know we don't need your permission to do that. We can just go ahead and put it on without you telling us that. It's my mom's responsibility to keep me in line till I find a wife to deal with my needs for someone to take care of me. Yeah, yuck.
Once I recognized it. I recognized the voice. I don't really watch Dateline. I mean, I'm usually working 2 to 11.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
I understand. I know who. I recognize it from the voice.
And everything you've just said and done has all been recorded.
Okay.
And if you have anything else you'd like to tell us, we'd like to hear it.
Just saying that, I shouldn't have done it. I mean, this is something I normally don't go out and do.
Donald, you're free to walk out that door. That same door you walked in.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing, kicking me in the pants and setting me straight, Chris.
It's actually what the cops are about to do as soon as you walk through that door.
It'll be the first and it'll be the last time. I'll give you permission to even monitor me if you want to.
I appreciate that.
I'm willing, if I can find a counselor, I'll go to counseling.
Maybe he should have help. But I think, looking back on it now, there's also a little bit of showmanship going on Donald Morrison's part. He's thinking that if he admits he's got a problem and thanks me for giving him a kick in the pants, as I believe he put it, and that he'll...
Gonna be the last time because my mom is throwing my computer away. Yeah, good point. Couldn't possibly do this again without a computer. I guess this is in an era before smartphones.
Get help, he thinks maybe he can dodge being in some sort of trouble with law enforcement. Of course, that's not going to work out very well for him.
Am I going to be arrested when I go out there?
That's not up to me.
Okay.
But you're free to go.
Look how sweaty his shirt got. Oh my god. I'll just take my MapQuest directions here. Let's come home with me.
The way this is set up, there was some tendency for some of these
guys
to try to walk the front door as opposed
His shirt is so sweaty.
To the back door.
Where's the door at?
Straight back.
Straight back?
Right through that door right there. He steps off that back step, which is kind of a big step, and boom, Fort Myers police are right on.
Oh!
What physical threat did Donald Morrison pose? Probably not a great threat.
I knew this was going to happen when Dateline was in there.
But you never know what somebody's got on. And you never know how somebody might react once they walk out of a house after being on television.
I'm diabetic.
Do you have any needles in your pockets?
No, sir.
Go through your knees to your chest. Roll up.
Get my glasses.
Got them. I got them.
The arrest is made. Morrison goes into, a diabetic shock of sorts. And they didn't want to take any chances, obviously, so they actually took him to the hospital. He was actually handcuffed, as I recall, to the stretcher as he went in. He was treated and ultimately released and was processed and charged.
Donald Morrison, you're charged.
Oh, is this the guy who's like, Your Honor, may I ask you a question? And the judge is like, no.
It's a sex offense against a child fondling a victim 12 years of age or up to 15 years and obscene communications with a computer to seduce or solicit a child.
Your Honor, may I ask a question?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir. Okay. Alright, folks, I gotta finish getting ready for work. Until next time, I've been Jay McCain. I'll probably be streaming tonight something. Maybe Blood Bowl. We'll see. I wonder if Chris ever feels bad about the guy that killed himself when he got caught. Unalived himself, you mean? This is YouTube, after all. Yeah, I wonder if he feels bad about that, too. I bet he does. That was not how that was supposed to go down. Alright, until next time, I've been Jay McCain. Mind, body, spirit, harmonious resonance. Be where your feet are. Strive to be no one, nowhere. And, of course, as always, stay water, my friends.